Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Gaming with me, Tony Mo, and we are back here once again with our Noob Tip series for Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. And today we're going to be talking about creating loadouts, sort of the metagaming of it, the role-playing aspects of it that I use when actually creating a loadout, and just how much you can actually do with loadouts to really alter the way you play Metal Gear Solid 5. I mean, for example, you could build a loadout that is 100% based around screwing with the Soviets, like perhaps heading out and stealing one of their trucks when they're not looking, and then taking it into a field somewhere and blowing it up, hoping that several days later they'll find it and they'll be like, what the hell? In Russian, of course. Or maybe you just really want to be the savior of all of the sheep in Afghanistan. I mean, have you seen some of the intel reports as to what the Soviets are actually doing to our fluffy friends? It's not pretty. I mean, those guys are seriously screwed up. So if you just want to go Rambo, head out into the field and save all those sheep from those damn Soviets, you can do that as well, and you can build a loadout just to do that. It's really 100% up to you, and that is what we're going to talk about today. So I'm going to give you guys a couple examples of loadouts that I've used in specific scenarios, and really encourage you to experience yes, to experiment with the loadout system and use it to restrict your playstyle even. There's a lot of cool stuff we can do here. So let's go ahead and just start by building a loadout that I might use on a typical sort of side op, a hostage rescue side op. Now, of course, there is no day or night side op. You choose exactly when you want to go out and do that side op. So in this case, I'm going to choose to do a nighttime side op. I'm going to actually do a nighttime hostage extraction. So for me, that would include starting off with the sneaking suit. Now, like I said, I like to roleplay a little bit, so I almost never use the sneaking suit in the daytime, despite its advantages. I know no one can hear your footsteps. It's great. I actually really like crawling around in the dirt on the daytime in my classic Desert Fox camo, sneaking past all the enemies, getting really low to the ground, and having a lot of fun with that. I don't really like using the sneaking suit in the daytime. I'd rather have that camouflage. For me, the sneaking suit's sort of like, it's like Batman, you know? I only want to go out at night with that thing. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and deploy during the nighttime for this hostage rescue. In terms of primary weapons, we really don't need a sniper rifle. It's probably just going to make a little bit of extra noise on our back, so we're going to go ahead and remove that. We'll keep our AM MRS with a suppressor just in case things get dirty. I most definitely want to have my tranq pistol. That's going to be really great for when people get in our way. We need to eliminate some targets before we can extract. Now, in terms of our support weapons, I kind of like to have a mixed bag with just about all of my loadouts. The decoy is a lot of fun in non-lethal or lethal situations. C4 is a must because you never know when you might run into some enemy anti-air, perhaps some enemy air radar, and it's always useful to destroy those things whenever you see them out in the field. So I always have C4. The same thing goes for the capture cage. It's nice to grab a little bit of extra GMP for saving some gerbils and some snakes. Smoke grenades and the magazine are kind of bog standard for my loadout as well. The magazine, of course, is an exceptionally useful tool when it comes to separating enemies from a group, or maybe just getting that guy into the darkness so you can choke him out and find out a little bit about what his friends are doing. And the smoke grenade is kind of the end-all be-all of, oh shit, things have really gone south. Let's throw a smoke and bounce. So that is almost always in my kit as well. In terms of items, for this loadout, we really won't need any pentasm. We'll definitely keep the NVG since we are on a nighttime mission, the Phantom Cigar. The cardboard box, honestly, I don't really have a use for it in a nighttime op. It's not something I use that often. In fact, you'd be surprised what I actually do use the cardboard box for, but we'll talk about that in our second loadout. And that'll pretty much do it. Obviously, for our tools, we want to keep all of the standard stuff online, but we're all set. This is my nighttime hostage rescue loadout. Now, yours may be 100% different from mine, and that's okay, because loadouts and the weapons and the equipment that you choose to take out in the field are very much tied to your personal playstyle and preference. And that's what's so great about Metal Gear, is you don't have to play it any one way. In fact, almost all the games that I will ever cover in the Noob Tip series are all about player preference and choice and experimentation. So that's really why I wanted to talk about these loadouts. So there we go. That's my sort of nighttime loadout. This is what I would roll in with. I'd sneak in, be real quiet, make use of those, those silent footsteps from the sneaking suit, get our hostage, and get out of dodge before anyone even knows we're there. But if things did go south, we've got a smoke grenade, we could retrieve our hostage, make use of D-Horse, and just head south as fast as we possibly can and extract, hopefully with our hostage 100% intact and uninjured. Now, maybe I want to go on out and we're going to do some sort of an assassination type mission. We need to eliminate a target, and I'd much rather not waste my time doing it non-lethal. I'm just going to blow this guy's head clean off. I'm going to go boom headshot all over the place. Let's build something that would work in that situation. So, for our primary, we'll still keep our AM. I really, like to have the suppressor because maybe leading up to this assassination, we need to take out some targets and we don't want anyone knowing we're there. Despite this being a lethal kill, I'd still like it to be as much stealth as it possibly can. So for long range, we're going to go ahead and equip our Renov sniper rifle. Now, I know, trust me, I haven't played nearly as much Metal Gear as I wish I had. I'd probably have a much better sniper rifle with a much better scope. Sadly, we have a pretty tried and true 7.62 high precision rifle. I mean, if this is the 54R version similar to the Mosin Nagant, it's going to have some pretty gnarly range. The issue is that it only has a 4x scope, so our range is very much limited, and our success in this mission, especially if we're going for a one-shot kill that is really going to cut down the chance of the enemy identifying where the shot came from, is going to come down to a lot of personal skill on this one, but I'm okay with that. We got a 5-round magazine if things really do get dirty, and we got to fire several aftershocks, but hopefully it won't come to that. Secondary weapon, once again, no real reason to unequip the tranq pistol for me. It's kind of my personal preference. Now, coming to the support, as I said, I'm going to keep a lot of this stuff online. The decoy, though, is something that I feel is exceptionally useful when doing this type of a mission, because more often than not, I've had several of these assassination type missions where the target's actually in a moving vehicle, they're en route to a specific location, throw down a decoy on the side of the road, it's going to stop their vehicle, bring it to a complete halt, they're going to get out, possibly investigate. Either way, your target's going to be standing still for at least 10 seconds, which is more than enough time to go boom headshot and drop him in the back of the car. I won't make a reference to an assassination of a very famous president, but I could have, but it'll be very much like that. He won't be moving very quick and he'll become a very easy target. Someone's gonna hate me for that, but that's okay. Now in terms of our actual camo here, no real reason to have the sneaking suit. I'd probably deploy on a mission like this in the daytime, more often than not. We want to catch this guy in patrol. We want to catch him out and about. I'd much rather do some sort of daytime assassination. So the type of camo that we're going to be using would very much come down to the location that the target's going to be in. Now for most of the situations that I've already accomplished an assassination like this, I've been able to use rocky surfaces as sort of a vantage point. So I'd probably go with the tiger stripe. Most definitely going to rep it with the scarf just because I love scarves. It's very recon. It just looks awesome. I mean, come on. That scarf is just so legit. I love it. So there we go. That's pretty much our load. Actually, no, we're not done. I'm sorry. I'm skipping things here. Back into our equipment under items, we definitely want to bring some Pentazimmon with us, and we're also going to bring the cardboard box. So Pentazimmon suppresses hand tremors when aiming a weapon. We're already using a really short range scope. We're going to be trying to get a precision shot here, one shot kill, headshot. That Pentazimmon is going to give us a little bit of an advantage. It's going to allow us to stabilize our scope just a little bit more, and it's going to increase our chances of success. Now the cardboard box, believe it or not, I find to be much more useful in evading, being spotted at medium to long range. There's a lot of targets, perhaps even fellow snipers in this situation, who may be trying to scope in on you. Using that cardboard box in a last-ditch effort, maybe you're caught out in the open when extracting, or maybe the only place where that you could actually take that shot from is in a very exposed area. The cardboard box has actually saved me more than once in a situation like that. Not very good when it comes to using it in close quarters, though. I'd almost always ends up with 6 or 7 guys pointing at the box, and then they just kill me. I mean, it's cardboard. It actually does absorb a lot of bullets. Don't try that in real life. But yeah, anyways, apart from me sucking with the cardboard box, there is our assassination-based loadout. So we'd roll out with D-Horse. Of course, if you had somebody like D-Dog, you might want to use him for recon. It's really 100% up to you. And then I'd go ahead, I'd take that long-range kill, again, trying to make sure that we are not exposed or visible to any immediate snipers who might spot us at long range, and then just get out of there, hopefully before they even know what happened. Now, those are 2 loadouts based on what I want to do in a specific situation, but maybe I want to increase the challenge on any specific mission, side op, or free roam. I just want to make things a little bit more difficult. You know, it's way too easy having all this awesome gear. How can I up the ante and turn the game into a little bit of masochism? In this case, we're going to go with what I call my Naked Snake loadout. Now, sadly, you cannot unequip your primary or secondary weapons. You must have one of each. I know, it sucks, trust me. But if you look at our support weapons and our items, I've eliminated everything except for the Phantom Cigar. The Phantom Cigar is there because if you're, I just feel it's necessary. If you deploy, something goes wrong, and you want to be doing something in a specific time of day, you should at least have the advantage of the Phantom Cigar. But that magazine that you throw to attract enemies away from groups, it's gone. The night vision goggles that you need to see at night, that's gone too. You don't have any of that anymore. And of course, there is one final touch here. We're probably going to spend a lot of time crawling around in the dust, in the dirt, in a situation like this. So we're going to go Naked Snake with the Desert Fox camo, and there you go. That is why I call it my Naked Snake loadout. Now, in this situation, I'm going to go a little bit further. As I said, I cannot unequip my primary and secondary weapons, but what I've done when playing with this character, and we're going to have a video for this, I promise you guys, it's going to be part of a Let's Play, it's going to be a lot of fun, is I refuse to make use of my primary or secondary weapons. That means that we're going to go in, maybe in free roam, maybe in a side op to extract a hostage or to eliminate a target, and we're going to use nothing but our hands. Our hands in good old fashioned ingenuity. No magazine throwing, no distracting of enemies, no night vision goggles, just crawling about on our belly, getting dirty, getting a lot of sunburn and road rash to take out our primary target. It really does, it makes it a completely different experience, and that is, for me, what the loadouts are about. I mean, at the end of the day, there's no real reason to fret over a loadout as much as we are right here, unless you're going to use it to kind of restrict or to conform the way that you go out on a specific mission. I think there's a lot of fun to be had with these, and I would have liked to see some sort of a system where you could lock in a loadout maybe when you go out on a mission to get some sort of a bonus in GMP, just something to give the player a bit of reward for doing things a little bit harder. Now, I have heard that there are missions further on in the game that actually do start you out sort of Naked Snake style with no primary and no secondary, and require you to acquire all of your supplies from enemies that you drop along the way. I cannot wait to get my hands on some of those missions. They sound like a lot of fun, but in the meantime, we'll stick with my wow, man, I can't talk today. We'll stick with my Naked Snake loadout. Now, once again, guys, playing a game like this is 100% up to you. Experiment, find out what you like, find out what fits your personal playstyle and preference, and go with that. If you want to strap like every single explosive device to the back of Snake and bring like all of the hand grenades and C4 in the world, and even call in more of that when you're out in the field, it's okay. You can do that. Play the game as you see fit. But remember, there's a lot of room to sort of meta here, to alter the way that you play the game based on your loadout and the way that you actually go out and succeed on a side op, on a mission, or on a free roam. If you guys have any questions for me, as always, feel free to throw them down in the comment section below. But more specifically, I'd like to hear you share some of your loadouts. I'm sure a lot of you guys have been playing the game for quite some time now. It's been out for, a week or so. Throw down in the comment section below any loadout that you've crafted. Let us know why you created it and what sort of scenario you would actually employ it in. Of course, if you have any tips or tricks that you've learned while playing Metal Gear Solid 4, feel free to share them down there as well. Anything that you just want to let people, hey, did you know you could do this? Feel free to throw it down there, share the wealth of knowledge, and I'll see you guys in the next episode of Noob Tips.